This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit ddlc.mo/warning.html. By playing or watching me play, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. So hello and welcome to my 6th attempt at recording this goddamn game. Previous 5 times were utter failures on my part, where I kept falling asleep reading because I wanted to try and do it all in one shot. Volume down. Okay. So like it said, there is some very disturbing shit in this game. However, it doesn't happen until a few hours into it, and I will warn you ahead of time if without spoiling anything, if you're squeamish to... God, I can't... I guess I'll let you know when it comes up, to at least look away, but, this game is very layered. First off, it's a visual novel, and it's, a pretty good one at that. It's like a choose-your-own dating simulator type thing, and it's really good. On a deeper level, it deals with mental health issues, and I highly recommend it for that reason to people who suffer from mental health reasons, for mental health conditions, particularly those who suffer alone with them, like myself. But again, that's not until way later in the game. So, let's just get into it, because I can sit here and talk about nothing for 100 years and say nothing. That isn't my name. I don't yell. I don't make loud. So, a person yells, "Hey." I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. The kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would start to oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Just a heads up, I do kind of ad-lib a lot here and there, so if that bothers you, I apologize in advance. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Yeah, but only because I stopped and waited for you. Oh, it sounds like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Christopher. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. I'm fine. But you did wait for me. I guess you don't have it in you to be me even if you want to. I guess so. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Christopher, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I already told you I'm not joining any clubs. I haven't even been looking. Huh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just going by on the average, spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. Look at some clubs today if it'll make you happy. No promises, though. Did you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, waiting for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting in here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Aww. Sayori's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, My interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why does it matter so much to you? Well, kinda told the club yesterday I was bringing a new member. Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori's really that big of an airhead, or if she's so cunning to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs. A section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Excuse me a sec. Excuse me for that too. Hey everyone, the new member's here. Told you not to call me a new member. What? I look around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? You'd kill the atmosphere. Oh, Christopher, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. I'm sorry. Natsuki. Girl with a sour attitude, whose name's apparently Natsuki. It's the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Christopher. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely ever talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Christopher. We made room for you at a table, so you can sit down next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey! I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray, and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Look how happy she is. Look at that smile. Whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just shut up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cup around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. Can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full in flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. What are you thanking me for? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Not like I made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, I mean, maybe, but not for you specifically, dummy. Alright. Give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Do you keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... Nah, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I can at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of that question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I hadn't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something that I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's a really great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival... I just said festival. But it makes more events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Christopher, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without seeing after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of emotion to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. It desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Oh, you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I don't like the word "sidle." Don't believe in it. either be slide or scooch. It'll just sounds like a made up ass word. I don't like it. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Huh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us. Now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Christopher? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Christopher, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Although, writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really only came here for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Well, that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Christopher, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Christopher, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! And with that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, that completes the prologue, I guess. Prelude? The intro, whatever. I was thinking of cutting here because I want to do each video, like do each day as one video. But I think I'm gonna lump this in with the first day, or I guess technically the second day. So, it's time to write a poem. Pick words that you think a favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So, before I continue, I forgot to say this in the beginning. This game is free to play. It's free to download. You can get it on Steam. If you don't fuck with Steam, you can go to the game's website, which is DDLC, which is Doki Literature Club .do DOE. I'm not sure what country's web address that is, and I'm also not sure what Mo means in young people speak. But you know, Steam or that website, you can download it yourself. It's free for Windows and Mac. And if you do decide to play it yourself, it's possible on when you first open it up, you should hit Shift and G. And make sure that, because when it starts off, this is highlighted, and I think it depends on whether or not you have a certain type of graphics card. I don't know what exactly, but I know that 2 different computers I've played it on, it needs to be set to this. So, you change it from that to that, hit return, and then close it out and open it back up. And then, you'll be able to see everything in the menu. If you don't do it, this is basically just a blank screen, except for this stuff over here. And also, you won't be able to read anybody's poems, and possibly a couple other things, so that's something to do if you're gonna play it yourself, and I recommend that you do. Really good, and you know, there's a lot of different paths you can take to get through it. But anyway, so the way you write your poem is first you have to, you don't have to, but if you want, you pick a girl that you like the best or that you want to try to get close to. Excuse me. And then you pick words that identify with them. And, you know, if you pick the majority of words that go to a certain person, the game will play out differently, veering toward that character. I cannot decide. I can never decide which I'm doing first. You know, which to do first. So I think I'm gonna pick Sayori, because like I said, I've done this like 5 or 6 times now, this game, trying to record it in vain. I keep falling asleep. So I'm gonna go with Sayori. Wait a minute. Oh, I guess they don't make noise. So just a hint, if you are, again, if you're playing this yourself, Yuri, purple-haired one, she likes dark stuff, goth stuff, intelligent stuff, you know, smarty pants stuff. Natsuki is kind of the opposite. She likes, I don't want to say dumb stuff, but a lot of the words you pick that are like, puppy, I don't know, like, cute stuff, simple stuff, is her, and then emotional stuff is Sayori. So like, but you know, that's not 100%, because like depression or anxiety might be emotions. Wonderful might be an emotion, but you know, they may fit for somebody else, like whatever. So I'm picking Sayori. So I think Holiday goes. Oh wait. Also, if you wanna see what happens with everybody in just one playthrough, you should save at the beginning of these so that you can, you know, pick a girl, play through the day, then start over, and you can pick a different girl and see what the day's like with them. But wonderful? Yeah. Like loud is Natsuki. Happiness is Sayori. Depression, I'm not sure if it's Yuri or Natsuki. I mean, Sayori. Whatever. Let me just focus on one goddamn person. Dazzle. I think Daydream and Fantasy are Yuri. I think. Lucky might be Natsuki. Shame. Shame is an emotion. I don't know if it's an emotion or a feeling. Clumsy. Because she is clumsy. Again, suicide could be Sayori or Yuri. It's okay if you get a couple wrong, because you just need to get most of them. Love. Termination is definitely Yuri. Laugh. Dude, I'm kicking butt. Bliss. Damn it. Yay! I got most of them. I think I only missed like one. I only missed one. Hi again, Christopher. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Christopher. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year. I don't know if you plan on just coming here to hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Christopher always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's only because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Where the fuck? Oh. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Christopher can become good friends too. Sorry. Huh? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. No, she's not. Look at that smile. She knows what she did. Trying to play matchmaker. Oh! You're even brought you something today. Oh, I'm sorry. You're even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. What? For me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. Guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, and I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not even reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. And here is where the story will split off into whichever person you picked. Or did the best with in Poem Land. Looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slump down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. Could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. Sorry, I tried laying down and I'm having trouble reading because it's sideways. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, then we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori's taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Oh, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is, then. I am hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. Can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Ah! I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Oh, sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Huh? Not every day. It's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up one time? It's secret. I know it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Huh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking up all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. And there's more to it than your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. There's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. Tried to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Just nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't care about that. Hey! And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sarah. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? What? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. By the way, I think everybody has one or two scenes like this where it's like the obligatory fan service picture. Oh. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Don't say that. You're making me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. Button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so why does it keep feeling strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. It's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying it like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would. That's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, I gotta call it here because I'm starting to fall asleep and I don't want to wait until I'm like dying. So we got like a day and a half in. See you next time. Peace.